Did I hit the right button? Okay, I did. My bad. How do I? Oh, here we go. There, sorry. I was gonna say something funny. The button took a little longer to pop up, so I couldn't tell. Okay, if there's one thing, yeah, we said this last time. Also, welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. I'm your host with a toast of the most, Karam now. It's good to have you here. Let's go ahead and put another 40-minute timer up. And let's begin. Not to mention one for yourself as well. Kiri stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch as she retrieves a small water pitcher from the shelf. The kind with the water filter inside. Ooh, fancy. Can you hold this for a second? Sure. She hands me the water pitcher and also fetches an electric kettle. I'm going to plug this in the teacher's desk and then we'll go get some water. She walks past me and sets the kettle down on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. That's kind of weird. To my surprise, the way she moves really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because her long legs. Yuri appears elegant and methodical. Oh, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Might as well walk with ya. Why not? Shall we go then? Yeah. Where are you two off to? Yeah. Yuri's gonna make some tea, so suddenly realize how weird it sounds to explain this to Monica. We're just filling the water pitcher. Oh, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Monica, please mind your own business for once. Oh, or do you want to tell me this? There's something wrong with helping involve Karam now in club activities. Oh, wow, Now she's going for the throat of people. Man, it was Natsuki in the last episode, now it's Yuri? Yuri? Whatever her name is. My mouth gapes, it really did. I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Karam now. She quickly exits the room and I follow. Man, once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? I understand, that was real. Oof. How could I say something like that, Yuri? Something about the way she said that made me feel so irritated. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri. I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Karam now. How come whenever I do something bad, you're being nice to me? Because nothing you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Man, how is my character somehow a genius idiot? Nobody's perfect. We have emotions, and we can't always hide them away. Excuse me. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotion. What kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? She lifts her head. Karam now. I really like being friends with you. Thank you. I know, I am the modern-day Casanova. Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you, too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway. Yeah. Shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Oh, we're going to the water fountain? Dude, I wouldn't trust, a school water fountain. Ugh. I mean, I guess... that would be American water fountains. I think this game's either Swedish or Japanese. Yeah. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Karam now, do you like oolong? Personally, I, as a me, prefer sweet tea, iced sweet tea. Second up is sweet green tea, then Arnold Palmer half and half lemonade green. No, not green, just lemonade and tea. Yeah, I've never had a long, actually. I should try it if Arizona ever gets some. Anything is fine. Very well. Here he sets the temperature to the kettle to 200 degrees. That's kind of hot. But then again, I guess that's fair enough. Here he sets the temperature to the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on our tea in anything. In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Thank you. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. Ah. Good for you, Yuri. That's great. Just don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about Mikarim now. It's very endearing. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watch Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Karam, now I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? On the school floor? I mean, it might be different where this game takes place, but I'm assuming most of my audience, if anyone watches these videos, if you get to this part, tell me just what country you came from. I mean, not even that. Just tell me how were the floors of the school, because I'll tell you, our school, there were two kinds of flooring. There was like an ugly linoleum flooring, I think, like tile, and it was hideous, and it was filthy. And then there were like dusty old carpets that looked like they were stained from the 1960s. Ugh. Like, we had cleaning staff there, but I'm like 80% sure they really didn't clean. Actually, I know some of the rooms they didn't clean. Anyway, let's move on. Do you mind if we sit on the floor? Yeah, why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at a desk. Ah, sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. Just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. That's so. Wonder why that is. It's mostly because of my your posture, right? Say your posture, Yuri. Always hunched over like that while reading. You know, I kind of picked up on it instantly. I would have given her that out, but, homie, that was kind of wrong. Yes, I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve my book from my bag, and I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag full of small chocolate candies that I keep hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I sit against the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each holding one half of the book. Except this time, our bodies are even closer together. Closer to each other? I can't see too well. Yuri slides closer until her shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kind of cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle. Your teacup. Oh no, am I spilling tea? Yuri hands me... Oh, she's giving me the teacup. Holding it with my hands, that's... Oh, holding it with my hand that's not holding the book, I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus. Because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her fades away. I use all of my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I finally managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumble with the chocolate wrapper. No, sorry. I briefly let go of the book to finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want. Ah, that's okay. I won't take any. Are you sure? Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages. Oh, you're right. Didn't even think about that. My bad. No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay? Are you sure? Of course. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She's reading. She holds it so that I don't have to have any harder of a time reading from it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on the top of my leg. Man, this kind of just feels like she's just reading to me. Well, in that case, Yuri's already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth. Then I take another chocolate and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if this situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Huh? Her expression suddenly breaks. Did I just... She looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. Did she eat the chocolate or did she drop it into the book? Karam now? Sorry. I guess I shouldn't have done that. Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do. Did she drop the chocolate or did she eat it? Did I miss it? No, she didn't do anything. Just disappeared. Right, I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was. Yeah. Then, you don't need to stop or anything. I see. The situation has gotten really tense. Yuri tries to return to the book, but I can tell just by her expression that she can't even focus now. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time Yuri's eyes meet mine. How did it even come to this? You're asking the wrong fella, buddy. Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, she parts her lips. But it's different this time. She takes the chocolate and places it in her mouth. I feel her hot breath on my fingers. Okay, everyone. Yeah, that's weird. She jolts back. It's time to share poems. Karam, now you can help Yuri put away the tea and stuff, right? Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. The spell is abruptly broken. I'll take care of the cups. Yeah. She picks up a teacup from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Fair enough, that was extremely weird. Okay, who liked it the most? I'm gonna say it's one of these two. Let's see. I think I got more ticks for Yuri. Let's see what you've written for today. Yuri stares at the poem, surprised expression on her face. Do you like it? Huh? Karam, now. This one might even be better than yesterday's. How did you even pick up on this so quickly? Just yesterday I was telling you the kind of techniques work practicing. Maybe that's why. You did a good job explaining. I really wanted to try giving it more imagery. Yuri visibly swallows. Even her hands appear sweaty. Ew. Like, why am my fella taking note of that? I'm not used to this. Used to what? I don't know. It's fine, take your time. Yuri breathes and collects her thoughts. I know that Yuri likes to think before she speaks, so I offer that patience to her. You know the one thing I don't like about this laptop? Is that everywhere on this laptop is cool, right? Like, it's nice and chill. But the keys have like a little light underneath them so you can like see them in the dark. I hate that because it like warms up the keys just slightly to where like the palm and ball of my hand and like the ball of my thumb are like nice and cool, but then the finger that's resting on the keys just like slowly getting warmer. It's just ugh. Yeah. Just being appreciated like this, I guess. This probably sounds really stupid, but seeing someone motivated by my writing, it just makes me really happy. Thank you. Are you saying you've never shared your writings before? She nods. Really? I don't believe it. I really only write for myself. And besides, people would just laugh at me. Do you really think that? Again, she nods. Huh? Even your close friends. Yuri doesn't respond to that. I wonder why. Anyway, do you want to share the poem you wrote today? Yeah, I do. If it's with you. Okay, more cursive. The raccoon. If No, it happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by the scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed the strange tendencies as an unordinary human? Oh, noticed my strange tendencies as an unordinary human. I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious well aware of the consequences, well aware that the raccoon, that if fed, will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was the symphony. The bread, my hungry curiosity, the raccoon, an urge. Did I... Oh, okay, there it is. The moon in oh man, that is a hard one right there. The moon increments its phase and reflects that much more light off of my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I'm merely projecting my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken to following me. You could say that we've gotten used to each other. The raccoon becomes hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy every time. I brandish my cutting knife. The raccoon shows me its excitement. A rush of blood, classic Pavlovian conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. What? Is this about killing a raccoon? Because Pavlov, he experimented with animal behavioring, and it also works for human. Like, I think he's the guy who did like the ring a bell when you give a dog a treat, and eventually you ring the bell and the dog will salivate without anything. So is this just luring in a raccoon and killing it? It's a little more daring with this one than yesterday's. I can see that. It's a lot more metaphorical. I don't know if it's my fault, but I can't begin to imagine what this poem is about. That's right. It's a bit more closer to my preferred writing style, using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imagery and conveying emotions throughout them. Yeah, if I take it at face value, then I can't even figure out what it's supposed to mean. Well, I think it's something that different people can relate to in their own way. I want to express that way it feels for me to judge in more usual hobbies. And those sort of things I usually forced myself to keep to myself. So I sometimes enjoy writing about them. Why do you keep them to yourself? Because they're embarrassing, and people would make fun of me. Don't you have anything like that, Karam, now? Well, yeah, I guess I do. I feel like everyone has a little something like that. The best we can do is respect each other and our individualities. Even if it's difficult sometimes and some things make us uncomfortable. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my own weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little bit now, but I'm glad that you're a good listener. You're good at a lot of things. Thank you. Writing, listening. There really aren't many people like you, Karam, now. Keep growing, darling. That's exaggerating a little bit. Just how I feel. Yep. Buttons too fast. I never thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writings, but now I almost feel like looking forward to it. Just a really nice feeling, and you'd thank for that. It's nothing, really. It is nothing, really. Eerie Eerie smiles sincerely at me. Just for a moment, her timidness seems to disappear. Okay, next one. I think Sayori would like it the most. Oh, I like this one, Karam, now. Thank you. It has some nice feelings in it. I'm glad. Does that mean it's better than yesterday's? Let me think. I don't know. I guess I like them both. That's not very helpful. Well, I'm not very good at figuring out if poems are good or bad, but that's why I just go by my heart. Fair enough. If it makes me feel things, then it must be a good poem. I'm not sure that's exactly how it works. Then again, I guess conveying feelings is a pretty important part of this whole thing. Yeah, maybe. Honestly, I don't even know what kind of writing you like in the first place. Yeah, me neither. Huh. Why don't you at least give it some thought? You wanna write something for me. That's so sweet. Yeah, right. But you're always thinking about other people. You need to think about yourself once in a while. If you don't, you might end up getting hurt at some point. Well, I don't really know what you mean, but I'll try to keep it in mind. Well, whatever. Anyway, let's see. I guess I like happy poems. Wait, sometimes I like sad poems too. Sometimes a little bit of both. There's a word for that, right? What's the word I'm looking for? Bittersweet. Yeah? I like things that are happy and things that are sad. Happy and sad. I can't see you liking something sad, Sayori. Well, I like happy the most. But sometimes when you have a little rain cloud in your head, a sad poem can help you give that rain cloud a little hug. And make a nice happy rainbow. Sayori, that's unexpectedly poetic. It is? Maybe I'm getting better expressing my feelings after all. Thanks, Karam, now. I should go write that down then. You can read my poem now, okay? Bottles. A pop of my scalp. I pop off my scalp like a lid of a cookie jar. It's the secret place where I keep all my dreams. Little balls of sunshine all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb and forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly, but there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle and keep it safe. And I put the bottle on a shelf with all the other bottles. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in a bottle all in a row. My collection makes me a lot of friends, each bottle a starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Ooh. Sometimes my friends feel a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go, like exploring a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies. Digging and digging, scraping and scraping, I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelf could use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally all done. I open up and in come my friends. In they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frantically pull them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the tile between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts, in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, pleading, something, but all I hear is echo, 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 inside my head. That's deep. Holy crap. Jerry, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot, and I've really been in touch with my feelings recently. See that? It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy. Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good and you should be proud of it. Thanks. You're welcome. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You've gotten pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing's the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Don't get ahead of yourself. Yeah. So I always had a bit of a habit of getting obsessed with something before dropping it. I'm gonna assume it said dropping it because I didn't finish reading. I wonder if this one is one of those times. But seeing the passion in her eyes, it's hard for me to be pessimistic. Alright, let's go with Natsuki. Because I think I hit her twice. Well, I can't admit this is better than the last one. Thank you. It's nice to see that your poem, that you're putting in some effort. That's good, but I still don't like this at all. It's trying too hard to be serious. What do you mean by that? Poems don't need to be all deep sounding to express something. It's going to sound like you're forcing it unless you really suck at it. Honestly, don't even bother trying to write poems like this until you're on Yuri's level. Mitsuki stopped short all of a sudden. Don't tell me. You're not just trying to impress Yuri, are you? What are you talking about? And keep your voice down. Bro, don't say that. You know, Yuri would love this angsty. Angsty. Just because she's a talented writer doesn't mean, looks like I'm in trouble. Somehow struck a nerve there. Though, what I did is beyond me. I am so done with you. She shoves the poem in her hands back over to me. Take your stupid poem. If you wrote it for someone else, just don't show it to me. Ouch. You know what, next one I'm going to do, I'm going to pick all cutesy things for her. This is young girl stepping into my business. Unless I was a mind reader, I was destined to be in a world of pain from the start. At least Natsuki wasn't really the girl I was trying to impress in the first place. Oh, she didn't even let me read her poem? Oh. Sorry. I can care now. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. Nah, I wouldn't count on that. You never know. I want to share what you wrote for today. Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. This one's good. I feel like you're not only getting more comfortable with your style, but the imagery is getting better than the last one I read. Just wondering what you'll find inspiration in Yuri's writing style. I guess so. You can't deny she's talented. Yeah, totally. I think her poems are the most romantic. That's the best way to describe it. She's like totally a different person when she picks up a pen. Yeah, I noticed that too. Or when she's talking about literature, it's like a light turns on inside her. Sadly, it's hard to get that much personal conversation out of her. Trust me, I've tried. Who knows what goes on in that head of hers? I hope you don't mean that in a bad way. No, of course not. I just mean, I wish she didn't keep so much to herself. But still defending her like that, you must be pretty into her. Hey, you completely misunderstood. Calm down, I'm kidding. Besides, I'm pretty sure she's already got a boyfriend. Wait, really? Yeah, a fictional one anyway. Monica kind of whispers that last part to me. It's just a hunch, but, well, there's not really anything wrong with that. Oh, well, I know. I was just saying. But anyway, you want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me. The colors, they won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, and endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise, it won't stop. Violent, grating, waveforms, squeaking, screeching, piercing. Sine, cosine, tangent. Like playing a chalkboard on a turntable. Like playing a vinyl on a pizza crust. An endless poem of meaninglessness. Load me? Load me? It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? I guess it's just the way I write. Sorry if you didn't like it. I never said that. It's just kind of a thing I've never really seen before, I guess. It's kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote the lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. I see. It's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling or conversation with the reader. So putting it in that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You'll never know when you might change your mind. Whenever something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Oh, does that mean there's about to be a big, thing happening soon? Okay. Thank you, Monty. I'm gonna call you Monty because of that helpful advice. Thanks for listening. Yeah. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come and sit at the front of the room. This is about the festival. Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well in the last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? We don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some too. Okay, so that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing. Performing, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. A Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sorry putting it all on posters in case of Siri. I didn't talk to you. I was reading the game. Stop. In any case, anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Siri has been coloring a poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Did you really think it's that bad of an idea? Well, no, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, you know. There's no way I'm going to be performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine it. Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple of days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess it's kind of overlooked that. I'm so sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then it will inspire others to do the same. And more people who perform, the better we'll be able to show everyone that literature is all about. Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings, being intimate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them? To find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place? I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of a room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Ugh. Okay, fine. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? She dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Ugh. I guess I don't really have a choice. Nah, that's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of a club, you could. How do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off, but to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook to a specific poem she has in mind for herself, and stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins reciting the poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind this. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Oh. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. And I'm going to end it here, because I don't have enough time to keep going. I mean, I probably could record. I don't know how long I can record on the MacBook before I upload it. Like, I don't know if there's like a limited amount of time or something. Like, for PlayStation, you can only record for an hour. Yeah, you can only record for a full hour, like 1 solid hour tops. I don't know if that's the same on this or not. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Peace out.